is now time to begin to welcome to the stage the developers. So if you guys could all give me a round of applause for the producer and director of Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn, Mr. Naoki Yoshida.
And thank you very much for coming today. I love you guys. Please enjoy.
A man of few words. All right, we also have with us today a very special guest. I believe his first time visiting his North American fans. We have with us the sound director of Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. Please welcome to the stage, Masayoshi Soken.
Hello everyone. Welcome to New Asia.
And last but not least, we have with us to help me translate up here on the stage because you don't want to deal with my translations. And the lead of localization on the Final Fantasy XIV A Realm Reborn project, Mr. Michael Christopher Koji Fox. You may know him as Fernhalls. So thank you all very much for coming and being here with us today and with the fans. I'm sure a lot of them are very excited to meet you and to bug you and to poke you for autographs and things later. So make sure you guys poke them, especially Soken. He likes to be poked a lot.
You like it? You like it?
I like it.
Alrighty, so we have a few questions I'd like to ask the team to kind of give you guys a background of how things have been going. Yoshida, I think, did you want to start off with an opening remark?
最初に一
ま
言。
ず本当に今日たくさんの皆さんに集まっていただいて本当に嬉しく思ってます。
First of all, we'd just like to start off by saying how happy we are for you coming out and spending your time. You know, we have lots of stuff to see at PAX, but coming out here and giving us the time, we really thank you.
本当に多くのまず 1.0 からのプレイヤーの皆さんに、そしてファンの皆さんに、で今回新しく ARR から始めるプレイヤーの皆さん、本当にたくさん世界中から応援をいただいて、今日この日を迎えることができました。まずそれを本当にありがとうございますとお礼を言わせてください。
I mean, we have our legacy fans, the fans that have stuck with us since 1.0. We have all of our new fans. Fans from around the world. Everyone has come out here today to support us, and we really, really thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Thank you very much.
あと、それと同時に、せっかくこの ARR 始まって今、とても皆さん楽しもうとしてくれているのに、アーリーアクセスからちょっとトラブルがあったり、今、サーバーが本当にたくさんの皆さんにプレーを今しようとしていただいてて、そのウエスさんの皆さんのゲーマーのその公平さ、やっぱりあれだけネガティブな最初のローンチだったにもかかわらず、スクエアエニックスのそして僕たちのチャレンジをもう一回じゃあ見てやろうっていうその公平さのおかげで、本当にたくさんのプレイヤーの皆さんに今プレーをしてもらおうとしてくれようとしてくれていると同時に、ワールドが足りなくなっているので、来週には必ず増設してプレイヤーの皆さんに楽しんでもらえるようにしますんで。
All right, yes. Well, you know, we thank you for supporting us much, but we also have to apologize. We know that the launch has been a little bit rocky. There's a lot of people that have wanted to get in but haven't been able to get in. We know that there's been so many players that have given us a fair chance, even though we had the terrible launch at 1.0. But you stuck with us, and you've really tried to get in, and you can't get in. But we know that we're working on it. We have new servers ready to go next week. So. All
right, so have a great time today.
Alrighty. So Yoshida, now that the game is launched, players have been able to play. Beta 4, we had level caps and things like that. But starting with early access, we lifted those caps, and now players are starting to see the full game. So what is some of the feedback we've been seeing a lot since the launch of the full game?
発売してからのフィードバック、どんなフィードバックいただいてますか？
発売してから
発売して発売後のフィードバック。
まあサーバーに繋がらない
The biggest feedback is that it can't connect to the servers. But
いやでもね本当に本当に大きなやっぱり 1.0 ってネガティブインパクトで本当にこんなにたくさん特に本当にウエスタンのプレイヤーの皆さんそれからメディアの皆さんって本当に僕らのチャレンジをニュートラルに見てくれてやっぱりオープンベータがあってアーリーアクセスがあってよしこのゲームは面白いからプレイしようぜその本当に公平さに感謝していますだからこそこんなにたくさんプレイもしてもらえてサーバーも足りなくなっているのでもう僕ら本当に世界中の人に多くで一人でも多くまた楽しんでもらえるように視力を尽くしているのでぜひまずは楽しんでほしいです。
But I mean, even though that we've had the feedback about not being able to get on the servers, we believe that it's because everyone wants to get on the servers, and the people that have been on have had such a great time that they want to get back on and want to continue playing. And even though, again, like we said before, that we had that, the launch at 1.0 and all of the trouble with that, but that, the Western market and the Western fans have stuck with us and kept an open mind during the whole process and not, put us into one side, oh, the original launch was terrible, so I'm not going to play this. You've kept an open mind the whole time. And that is, has been really important for us and has helped us and driven us through this whole development process.
Thank you very much. Now I have a question for Soken. I know that you're super active on Twitter. I don't know if you guys are aware, but he responds to almost every tweet he gets, even from English players. And of course, his English is perfect, and he has no problem at all. We were going to have him translate, but we said no at the last minute. But you've been talking to your English players a lot too, and we're really curious what you're hearing from your feedback for your music too.
やっぱりファイナルファンタジーの最新作なんで、よりファイナルファンタジーらしいサウンドフィールドにしたのが、良かったんじゃないかなと思う感想がいっぱいいただけました。
Well, the biggest feedback that we've gotten is that the game, the sounds really feel like a Final Fantasy game. That you get in there and you hear the songs and they feel like a Final Fantasy game. And I think he's really nervous. He's usually a lot crazier on Twitter. Are you okay?
Yes,
So nervous? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what have you seen so much so far? I mean, what is the song you think a lot of players have been saying that they like a lot?
まあ新しいところだとやっぱりタイタンいいね。
People really like the Titan battle theme.
バリナブダラ、バリナブダラ、バリナブダラ、タイタン。
まあね今日ねタイタンあそこにあるんで多分皆さんだったら本当にイージーだと思うんでぜひね倒してT シャツを持って帰ってください。
Yeah, I mean, the song will be playing when you're playing over there in the Titan battle. So win, take home a T-shirt. Remember the song?
A red song. Another one. Another one. Okay.
Okay.
I don't think he's nervous anymore.
I wasn't prepared. Okay, so yeah, I'm good now. That wasn't a rehearsal. So Yoshida, you've been traveling the world nonstop like the past 2 weeks now, preparing for launch. You were in Gamescom, Germany in Gamescom. You went back to Japan for a day for the launch event, and then you flew out the next day to come here. So you've been in 3 countries in pretty fast time. So how would you say that the fans that you've seen so far, the Western fans compare to, or how are they different from the other fans that you've seen around the world?
とにかく世界中たくさんのファンの皆さんに応援してもらってるところはどこも変わらないんですけどとにかく皆さん 熱狂的で、僕本当にこのパックスに来ていろんなところを歩いてる時に14のプレイヤーの皆さんに「サンキュー」って言われるのが本当に嬉しくて、いやむしろありがとうって言いたいのはこちらなので、本当に皆さん熱狂的だし、何よりそのチャレンジスピリッツを認めてくれてるところがとにかく嬉しいし、僕ら本当に日本の開発チーム励みになってるので、これからもどうぞよろしくお願いします。
Yeah, well, we've been around the world seeing a lot of different fans, and the fans are great everywhere. But what we noticed about the fans in America is that just really have a lot of spirit, and that they really have a passion about the game, and that he'll be walking down the street, and people just come up to him and say, "Hey, Yoshida, thank you." And it's us that want to say thank you to you guys. But to have you guys come up to us and say thank you it's what again drives the development team, helps us keep going, and we really appreciate that. You guys are the best.
So thank you guys very much for being here. Alrighty, back to Soken.
Yeah. I'm ready.
Okay, I'm ready. So,
Next song?
So, as you guys may have seen when we showed his profile on the screen, he's worked on a lot of different games throughout his career, Square Enix, but this is his first Final Fantasy game. So I'm really curious to see how you would approach this Final Fantasy game differently from your previous titles that you've worked on.
まあ昔のタイトルもファイナルファンタジーも僕はもう全てのタイトルは全力で取り組むっていうのがポリシーなんで、今回も全力でファイナルファンタジーを作ったつもりです。
I mean, when I make music for a game, I will put my all into it. It doesn't matter if it's a Final Fantasy or a small game. I just do my best for that. And so for Final Fantasy 14, I put all into it.
そうで、ファイナルファンタジーっていうのは、上松さんっていう偉大な、作曲家がいらっしゃって、その方が作ってきたタイトルなんで、その上松さんの、残してくれたメロディーを随所に散りばめて、上松さんをすごくリスペクトしたようなサウンドフィールドにしたつもりです。
But with Final Fantasy titles, what's different is that there's this shadow of this great composer, Nobuo Uematsu. And so when composing for Final Fantasy 14, he has to respect the melodies that he made in the past and not take them and change them, but take them and build off them. And so while respecting what came before, by also making something new.
Thank you.
Now, as a follow-up, a lot of people, love the music and they're really curious. A lot of people don't really know how it's actually, goes from start to finish. So could you kind of walk us through, like, how do you start from a song from scratch? Like, where do you begin on that process?
Like this. Yeah, it must be said. こんな感じで、まあ曲も、効果音もボイスも全部やってるますよ。
I work on all of the composing of all the music, as well as the voiceover direction, as well as the sound effects.
で、まあ音楽に関しては、必ずゲームが、まあもちろんゲームができる前にモックは作りますけど、必ずゲームがコンテンツがその曲をはめるね、ゲームコンテンツが出来上がってからちゃんと仕上げてます。
So we start off with a mock-up. Once we get the idea of what type of content is going to be in the game, we'll make a mock-up, like a foundation. But then we won't finish it until we actually get the in-game content. And we get to play it. And once we get to play it, then we do the touch-up.
そこで、14 ARR はとにかくプレイヤーの皆さんのゲームエクスペリエンスが一番何よりだ。だから曲だけいい曲が上がってきたとしても、 合わなかったらもうすぐボツだね。もう何十曲どころじゃないもんね。
So, I mean, when making the music, it's all about making a music that will enhance the gaming experience and the player experience. And so you can make a bunch of great songs, but if they don't fit the game, Yoshida will be, no, we can't use this. And so there's been like 20, 30 songs that Token has made that they haven't even put in the game because they didn't fit with the game. It's all about the experience.
It's okay. Okay. Yeah, now Yoshida, now we talked a little bit about earlier how, the game is released and players are seeing that, all the content. So I'm curious to see what you think of how players are doing like the hard content now, the end game stuff. Because now people are starting to beat, main scenario story, and they're starting to see the harder content that waits for them after they finish that. So I'm curious to see how that's been going, according to your plan or what you guys thought would happen.
もう新ユーフリートとかガルーダとか行った人います？
How many people have already been to the Ifrit and Garuda hard battles? The hard, yeah. Not the first one, the second ones, after you complete, yeah.
まだそんなにね届いてないでしょう。まだまだね 1.0 のプレイヤーもいけてると思いますけど、まさに今まずメインシナリオをクリアして、まさにこれからハードモードに突入しようとする人たちだと思うので、まあまだまだこれからですよ。
Yeah, I think most people here, looking at the amount of hands that went up, are still working on the main scenario, and but the main scenario is just the beginning, because the real game starts from after you complete the main scenario and you get to those hard battles.
But
ね、
オーダー・オブ・ブルーガーター大迷宮バハムートに突入したというニュースが出ているので。
Yeah, we just received word that Blue Garter guys have already made it into the Binding Coil of Bahamut.
世界で最速ですね、彼らが。
Fastest in the world. USA.
ただ、
But
今第2階層いる？
on the second turn. There you go.
何階層まで行ったって今。
What turn are you guys on? Second turn?
セカンドテン？
Second turn. Stuck.
それ直したでしょって。
Oh, but we fixed that.
Sorry. まあそこから先も本当めちゃくちゃ涙を流してもらうぐらい難しくなってるので。
We made that so difficult that you'll be weeping before it's over.
いや本当に長くね皆さんコツコツ一つずつステップアップしてそこまで楽しんでもらえればいいなと思います。
Yeah, but again, it's all about little steps. Not everybody has to get to that end content at the beginning. It's all about little steps and getting better as you go.
強くなるだけがねメモじゃないんでね。
It's not all about getting strong.
ただウエスタンにはそうブルガーターいるのは誇りに思っていいと思います。
But yeah, the America can really hold those guys in revere because these are the pride of USA. Yeah.
Speaking of endgame content, I know that you do a lot of the checks personally when you do, before it's implemented. And oftentimes, if you guys aren't familiar, when the producer from the letter from the producer comes out, a lot of the screenshots that Yoshida posts are actually of him playing the game, and he's often on a thaumaturge or a black mage. So I'm curious if that's maybe your favorite class, or that's what you always want to use.
Yes. Yes. まあ基本当然僕ディレクターでもあるのでどのジョブでも普通には使えますけど。
Of course, I play all the jobs and good at all of them.
ただいや普通でしょそれ。
That's normal, right?
いやただそれこそ世界一のギルドにチャレンジしてもらうようなコンテンツだと僕も相当必死に DPS 出さなきゃいけないのでそこまでやるとなるとやっぱり特定のジョブじゃないとマッチしていかないのでまあそういう時は本当にブラックメイジ使ってる。
But when making the end game content, that's the really hardcore, high end, for those really hardcore guilds like the Order of the Blue Garter, you have to, be able to get that DPS out there. And testing with that high DPS job is the best way to see most of the endgame content. So that's why I choose Black Mage.
それでもね、デブチームにね、吉田さんのちょっと DPS 足りないと思うんで、15% 上がるバフかけてもらえますかとか言われるんでね。
But yeah, the dev team always tells him that he's not putting enough damage out. So ask him, does he need another buff? Yeah. Don't nerf it.
Well, I think that about wraps up the question and answer period. But before we go, I would like to have the team up here kind of give some parting thoughts. I'm really curious on, we've just launched the game, and I'm really curious to see what's next for each of you.
もうすでに 2.1 の制作も 2.2 の制作も 2.3 の制作にも入っていて、
We're already in production for 2.1, 2.2, and 2.3 patches.
で、エクスパンションのプロットももう書き上がって日本に置いてきたので、
The plot for the next expansion is already pretty much written. The first draft is done.
でまずはね、ハウジングとウルブズジェイルとニューダンジョンとハードモードのダンジョン2つとデイリークエストと
That's a lot. We've got ready the housing, PvP Wolves Den. We have some daily quests ready. We have some new hard instance battles, new dungeons, and two new hard primal dungeon battle excitement. Yes.
それ 2.1 だからね。
And that's 2.1. That's just 2.1.
いやまあ本当にたくさんのコンテンツを必ず毎パッチ入れていくので、本当にこれからも常にエキサイティングな、皆さんに本当にエキサイティングしてもらえるように、特にカジュアルプレイヤーソロでも楽しめるものから本当にハードコアにパーティーで攻略できるものまでどっちも用意していくので、ぜひ楽しみにしてください。
Yeah, but we have a lot of exciting content ready, not just for the hardcore players. Yes, we have a lot of stuff for the hardcore players, but a lot of stuff for the casual players too. A lot of stuff for the solo players, like the daily quests, things like that. And something for everyone. And we plan to have a great deal of content for each and every patch that we release.
Thank you very much. All right, so Ken, you got Realm Reborn is out. So what's next when you go back to the offices?
テンション上げて。
Nervous again?
Working hard. Try my best.
Any new soundtracks? New soundtrack?
Yes! 古いのはね、あそこで売ってるんで、買っていただいて。
Yeah, we've got before media in the back, so everyone make sure you purchase a copy on your way out.
Like this. This is.
Oh, yes, he's got the shirt.
This is.
One of a kind.
Before Metal.
Did you make that?
Yes. Before Metal.
な
Yeah. My friend.
Cheap
Present
Cheap.
for me.
Cheap
Cheap. Only one coin.
でこれ何曲入ってるんだっけ？
Yeah. How
これ
many,
104曲。
how many songs? 104 songs. 104.
ARR の、サウンドトラックも企画してるけど、今のところ170ぐらい。
So yeah, we're working on a soundtrack for ARR as well, and right now, currently, we're up to 170 tracks.
もっと増えるかも。
Maybe some more as well.
ここの人次第。
It's all about the producer. He
Yeah.
makes the final decision.
僕は2回に分けた方がねたくさん売れるから2回に分けろって。
He's like, yeah, we should split it into 2 discs so we can sell more. But
反プロです。
いやそこはね、このなんだサントラ買ったらあの曲入ってないじゃないかっていうことをさせたくないんで
But
全部入れるよ。
But yeah, he's like, he doesn't want someone to buy an album and then find out that their favorite song's not on it. So you want to have all the songs in one album.
それでさらに2枚だからって高くしないよ。
Oh,
なんとかするよ。
and then with 170 songs, we're probably going to have to make 2 Blu-rays. But even then, we don't want to raise the price. ここで怒られるけど。That's all about the producer.
お前が勝手に絵を決めるなよ。
Yeah, you're not allowed to decide the price. It's okay, sorry.
お前後で正座な。
Right, you get down on the ground and gotta bow down. I do it every day. And on that note.
All right, I guess that wraps it up. Let's have one last round of applause for the team. Thank you very much. Of course, thank you all for being here. And with that, we will begin to open up our Titan Battle Challenge. So, good luck.
All right, good news for everybody though. Yoshida-san just wanted me to let you know that while you guys are doing the Titan battle, we have some interviews that we'll be doing with the media, but whenever we have a break, we're going to be out here mingling. So if you see him, feel free to ask him questions, take pictures, manhandle him all you want. All right.
Thanks.
Thank you.